Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. It is football night in Nashua with Bishop Guertin and Nashua High South set to do battle just minutes away. NashuaETV bringing you this live if you happen to be watching on September 7th, Friday night. It's a very pleasant night weather-wise. John Collins along with Tom King. Our cameraman upstairs is Tim O'Neill. Our executive producer of NashuaETV, Pete Johnson, is with us as well.
Enough of the formalities. Let's get into the game,
Enough talk.
This is going to be, this is one of the Nashua, the South BG games that I really have no clue about because I didn't see South last week. I saw a lot of BG. And, I think this is a year where both teams are really feeling things out. A lot of teams are. And I think this is a case where, that's definitely the case with Guertin. I think it's definitely the case with South. A lot of new players on both teams. For South, Brendan Frost really, from what I hear, played a really great game. He's a senior running back and a wide out. They'll play him in a lot of spots. I think he's going to have a good game for them. BG, intriguing as to who their quarterback will be because
Brendan, by the way, he wears number 11. He's in the
Joey
frame.
De Silva last week, a sophomore, came in relief, number 2. There he is right there at the bottom of your screen, now at the middle of your screen. To me, after seeing that game, I put him as the number 1 quarterback. He can throw the ball, not very accurately yet, but he can also run the football, John, and that's a key for any team. So it should be a great one tonight, and now we will have our national anthem. What a great job by the Nashua band. John, a couple of things about South before I go down on the field for the first quarter. Watch for Jalen Pacheco. He's slimmed down. You won't recognize him. He's lost about 40 pounds. He's changed his diet. I mean, I'm surprised he's not going down to TB12 the way he looks right now. He's very, very nutritional oriented.
Yeah.
He had operation on his shoulder. I believe it was his shoulder last year, and that he had torn labrum. He played with it last year. Once he had that surgery, figured he's sitting around a lot. He better do something nutritionally, and it's changed him completely. He is a player to watch. Also, you noticed it in the warm-ups. It looks like Dante Young with the first teamers is going to be the starting quarterback tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they give some snaps to Chris Keith, too, depending on how the game goes.
We'll see. Dante Young wears number 10, and Chris Keith would be the alternate number 12, according to what we saw in the warm-ups before the game. The voice you hear in the background for the public address is Jason Roby, our oftentimes collaborator here and co-announcer on NashuaETV. He's got the public address duties here at Stellos Stadium. A very pleasant Friday evening, a 6:30 start, 12-minute quarters. Last week, both teams had losses. A very frustrating loss for Nashua High South, 28-26 up in Concord, a game which I believe South led for most of the game. So a Concord comeback by 2 points. They took it, and a tough loss for South. They had to be frustrated by that. Bishop Guertin took a trouncing here at Stellos at the hands of Central High School, Manchester Central, 33-16 in a Saturday game. So they've had 6 days between contests, the second game of the season for both of these teams. Player enthusiasm at a peak here as we're right before the game. The kickoff about to happen here on NashuaETV. Great view from the 50-yard line. That's Tim O'Neill behind the camera. We are streaming live if you happen to be watching on Friday, September 7 of 2018. Next week, South will be playing at Keene, and Bishop Guertin will be at Concord next week to take on the same team that South has already seen. That's always a tough game when you go to Keene and long drive, and they're kind of nestled over there in their own little valley in the southwest part of the state, and they always have a great turnout of Keene community for their local high school games, so that'll be a tough test again for South next week. But they have their first home game about to kick off tonight. As you can see, the Purple Panthers will be going left to right and kicking off to Bishop Guertin. We've got a couple of backs hoping to return the ball, including the speedy Austin Hisco, who's that near side return man. You see number 5 there jumping up and down. And Joey Da Silva, who also doubles as a defensive back and quarterback, is the other potential return man. This is going to go to Hisco. Austin Hisco's got it at the 11, going to his right, trying to pick his spot. Tries to slip a tackle, but he can't. Very nice play made by Brendan Frost, the two-way player for South, right at the 20-yard line. So a return of about 9 yards, most of it sideways for Austin Hisco, and the Cardinals will start 1st and 10 on the far hash mark at their own 20-yard line. As you can see, that play just took 7 seconds off the clock. Right into the shotgun and into what looks like a passing formation for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. And looking over for the signals from the sideline, whistle before the snap. The quarterback is going to be number 11 for Bishop Guertin, Hayden Moses. He's a junior, 5'8", 158. And South has already taken a timeout before we even have our first snap from scrimmage. That's an unusual thing. And the judges say 1 point for Bishop Guertin on our scoreboard. For some reason, Pete. It says 1-0 on the screen, on our screen. It says 7. They awarded 7 points for a timeout before the snap for some reason. I guess we got to fix that. It says 1 on this side and it says 7 over here, unless we're missing some bulbs on the scoreboard to the right. There are 2 scoreboards in back of either end zone. And it'll be handoff up the middle. A great gain on 1st down for the Cardinals after the South timeout. Moses handed it off to Ben Plumlee, number 20, the running back, and he gained about 8 yards on the play, so a healthy 1st down gain. So a little bit discombobulated South. They called a timeout before 1st down even occurred, and then they gave up an 8-yard run. Still on the far hash mark as Hayden Moses calling the signals in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers again, split to the left, but he looks immediately right, throws down the field. He's got a man with a half a step, Austin Hisco, with David Barnett in tight coverage. Number 4 for South really gave Hisco no daylight. So a attempt to really, if he hits Hisco in stride right there, they've got a chance for a 71-yard, 72-yard pass play for a touchdown, but it comes up empty, and now they got to convert on 3rd and short. Moses steps toward the center. Looks like he might be calling an audible here. He hands it off to, no, he keeps it, and he gets the 1st down. Good decision by Hayden Moses. He got a gain of about 7 yards on the play. Brought down at the 35-yard line. And South's number 34, Connor Roswell with the stop. Or Charlie Collins, 54, Charlie Collins, defensive lineman with the stop. Plumlee is repelled at the line of scrimmage, might even lost a yard. Let's see where they spot it. Ben Plumlee. There was nothing doing in the middle of the line that time. And we'll call it 2nd and 10 still. The ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. So BG trying to get to their 44 to get another first down. That running play going nowhere. They have a pair of receivers split left and right. Moses again looking to the sideline for the play call. BG's head coach John Triciani. Head coach for South, of course, Scott Knight. There's the shotgun snap going to his right. Moses fires. It is complete to the tight end. Great execution. Far sideline. Kyle Baker, the receiver, has got good size at 6'2" and 196. And a good hands reception there by Baker. Inside the far sideline and beyond the first down marker. So another conversion for Bishop Guertin. That one went for about 12 yards on the pass completion from Moses to Baker. BG threatening to go into South territory for the first time in this game. As you can see, we're 2 minutes in, and BG is driving. Plumlee again can't get out of the backfield. And tripping him up immediately with great penetration was number 68, Justin Arneson. Was it 58? It was 58. But we don't have a 58 in the program here. Let me see. So maybe 68. Justin Arneson would be the middle linebacker. And you can see him there on the left of the screen. It is a swing pass, a good hands reception. They're going to call it complete. Keeping it off the turf was Ryan Bue. B-U-E on the reception right below us, the senior wide receiver. He wasn't really far down the field, and in high school ball, of course, when you're down, you're down. You can't pop up and run before you're touched like you can in the NFL. Right at the midfield stripe right now, the 50-yard line. It's 3rd and long, though. It's going to be biggest test so far in this drive for Bishop Guertin if they have to go about 7 yards to get this first down. South showing they might be blitzing on the defensive end, and BG wants to burn their first time out. So both teams have taken a TO here early.
Once again, fans, want to remind everyone that 50-50 wrap.
3 minutes, 13 seconds gone here in the first quarter of play at Stellos Stadium. Again, both teams coming off losses in week 1, hoping to bounce back here in week 2. North and South, the Battle of the Bridge high school football game will take place here at Stellos on September 28th. So mark that down. North will be in action tomorrow if you happen to be a Nashua High North fan and you got Saturday afternoon free. Should be a beautiful fall Saturday to watch a football game. The catch is you got to go to Goffstown. It's a 1:30 kickoff in Goffstown tomorrow for the Nashua High North Titans against Goffstown. 3rd and about 7 for Guertin. 3rd and exactly 7 as we got a great view here down, looking right down the line of scrimmage at the 50-yard line here on NashuaETV. It looks like we have a different quarterback in there for Guertin. No, it's still Hayden Moses. I'm stand corrected. Blitzing from the left side, number 26 is Jason Campo, the sophomore. At 6 feet tall, he played taller than his height that time as he came around tackle, got his left hand up and batted the ball down. So a great play by Campo coming around. And he kind of showed that he was going to blitz there before the timeout. But apparently Guertin didn't make the necessary adjustment to stop Jason Campo as they just stuck with the same defensive call, and it paid off for South as the ball's batted down. So in 4th and 7 at midfield exactly, BG is going to punt. It'll be the first punt of the game unless they want to fake it. And they're going to carry through with this. Getting it away is punter Josh Larson, but he runs out of room on the sideline quickly. That ball does not travel that far at all, and it's going to be pretty decent field position.
Sails out of bounds on the south sideline.
It is near side.
Shot first and 10 at their own 30.
So it's the first play from scrimmage for the South offense tonight. And they'll start at their own 30-yard line, first and 10. Man in motion.
26 in the carry.
Handoff is to Jason Campo, who just made that nice defensive play. And he turns around and makes a nice play on offense here to start things off for South as they pick up about 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3. 7 yards. We got a flag down over there? That's a flag, I guess. They're talking about it right now. So right in the middle of the 0 and the 30 over there, they're picking up a flag, as you can see. And I could hear Jason Roby, our PA announcer, say no gain on the play. He's right. In fact, not just no gain, but negative yards on that penalty. Like it might have been a block in the back, illegal block. So instead of second and 3, it's going to be first and 20 for South. And hit in the backfield and dropped maybe a yard on the play. Number 31 for South on the carry, Jalen Pacheco. Cam Costa, Jacob Schofield on the tackle for Bishop Guertin. Good defensive play following up after the penalty. And things have gotten difficult early for the South offense. That penalty really hurt them on this opening drive. And it's going to be second down and 19 to go to get the first down. They need to get to the 40. Rolling out to his right, looking to pass. Dante Young is going to run it, and he is out of bounds after gain of about 6. It is going to bring up third down and 13 for South. Ball spotted at their 22. Will this be the first pass play of the game for the Panthers? BG put it up a couple of times. We'll see if Dante Young goes to the air here. Back in the shotgun. He's got a pair of receivers split to the left, tight end right. Drop back to pass. Throws it deep down the middle, and it is complete into the fingertips of Tyler Armin. Armin, high-stepping, is tackled inside the 5. What a beautiful pass from his own 22-yard line. Dante Young to Tyler Armin, the sophomore. Made a great reception, putting it right in his hands. Was Dante Young, and in stride, it looked like Armin kind of high-stepped, and maybe he shouldn't have, and it might have cost him to go in. I'd have to see a replay. But Armin going into the end zone. I'm going to be able to see it here in a moment. And Nashua South touchdown. They convert on first and goal, and they go in. On that play, Armin broke straight down the field. It was a perfect pass into the fingertips. He got to about the 15-yard line, and he might have tripped. It looked like maybe an inadvertent high step that slowed him down a little bit. But in any case, South is able to run it in for the touchdown. 7-0. South leads Bishop Guertin. Bishop Guertin has to be reeling. They thought they had South Penn deep in their own end. They had a penalty that pushed South back to where it was 1st and 20 and then 2nd and 19. A short run or a 6-yard run. Then it was 3rd and 13 from their own 22. Dante Young goes back to pass. He has a few options. He could have thrown a swing pass to the left. He had the running back open, but he spotted Tyler Armin with a step on his defender. And Armin only a step or a half a step. Armin wasn't really that open, but he did get behind the defender. And tell you what, Dante Young put the pass right there. So it's 7-0. South leads it. Hisco brings it back to exactly the 20 again. So same results as the first kick return. Bishop Guertin will be starting 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. BG's offense had some modest success in their opening drive, but then South came up with a big play in the person of Jason Campo with a pass rush on 3rd and long, batted down a pass, forced a punt. And then it was a 70-yard drive that began on their own 30, retraced some steps back to the 20, and then South was able to convert. Big hit, and actually and that's got to hurt. He got put down in the back of his helmet. That's nothing you want to see. So, tough center of the line, of the defensive line for South. They repel the ball carrier. Actually lifted him off his feet and pancaked him. Looks like number 70, Nathaniel Tejeda, senior defensive lineman. Stands only 5'9", but he's 215. Strong, stocky player at nose guard for the Panthers. And he is again in on this. Also on the stop was Jalen Pacheco teaming up with Tejeda. Moses, quarterback keeper, goes nowhere. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Bishop Guertin offense stalling here as the South defense finding its feet. South defense started out the game shaky. They needed a timeout before the Bishop Guertin offense even had their first snap from scrimmage. And then they gave up a 7-yard run immediately. But since then, they've been getting stingier and stingier on defense for South. Rolling to his right, looking to pass Moses, fires it, and it is complete for the 1st down. Again, he goes to Kyle Baker, who's become his main man here early in this one. The defensive lineman, when he plays defense as a junior classman, he is also a wide receiver listed as, but he's got tight end size, and he's got the Gronk's number for sure, and he made a Gronk-like play there as he went down and out to the sideline, stayed inbounds, made another reception for another 1st down from Moses. So again, execution for Bishop Guertin gets them another set of downs. The keeper, Moses, gets a gain of at least 5, maybe a couple more. Tackle made by Tanner Plord, the senior defensive back, number 17. And a gain of about 7 yards for Bishop Guertin's quarterback, Hayden Moses. Listed at 5'8" and 158 pounds. We have the officials asking for the game clock to run because it was a running play, not a timeout after a pass, say. So back into the shotgun goes Hayden Moses for Bishop Guertin. It seems that they are really, the South defense really keying on the running back. They can't get off the line of scrimmage. Hisco goes to the turf after a short pass reception. Needed to get to the 42 for the 1st down. Tackled at the 39, so 3 yards short. They'll call it no gain. So it'll be 3rd down and 3. They're on the 39. They need to get to the 42. And it's a wide side of the field oriented offense here. 3 receivers split wide right. South's defense have really keyed on the running back. He doesn't get it. They fake to him, and just good defense stepping up to deflect the pass. It was intended for Austin Hisco. Number 9, Jake McDevitt, right below us with a good step up and bat down play. It's 4th down and 3. And again, Bishop Guertin, feeling they are too close to their own end zone, are going to punt rather than go for it on 4th and short. Semi-short. Semi-short reminds me of semi-tough. I think that was that a Burt Reynolds movie? Semi-tough. He did a couple of football movies. He did The Longest Yard, and I think he did Semi-Tough too, which was more of a farcical football movie. Burt Reynolds, a longtime Hollywood actor and athlete, played college football in Florida, passed away at the age of 82 this week. First week of September 2018. They did go for it, and a fake punt formation. Bishop Guertin came up short of the 1st down, it looks like. They needed to get at least to the 42. That ball is just barely over the 41. They can just eyeball that, and it is a turnover on down. So Guertin trying to go with the fake punt to pick up a key 1st down, trailing 7-0 with 4:06 remaining in the 1st quarter, and they cannot do it. South was wise to it. They made a nice defensive stop. So South, chance to double up on their lead now. If you missed it, it was a 78-yard, about a 72 or 3-yard pass play from Dante Young rather, to Tyler Armeen, the biggest play of the game for South. The handoff is faked. It's a keeper for Dante Young, junior quarterback, off left tackle for a short gain on 1st down. Call it 2nd down and about 8. Ball spotted on the 41. They need to get to the 31. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. They need to get to the 31. So it'll be 2nd down and about 8. Shotgun snap. Handoff is handed off this time, not a fake, and very close to 1st down yardage for the fullback on the play. That's number 31, Jalen Pacheco. Pacheco, 5'9", 195, solidly built, running back going right up the middle, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Dante Young showing an ability to throw it far down the field, but hasn't thrown it all that often. A lot of handoffs, quarterback keepers. Definitely has a threat in Jason Campo at the bottom of your screen there, number 26. He's shown great speed in this one as a running back and there's 2 men in motion at the same time. I think they got away with it. No flag on the play. Sprinting out of the shotgun formation and gets a 1st down. And I think you saw that too. Jason Roby, our public address announcer, longtime coach, noticed it too. There were 2 Panthers moving at the same time, which would have been illegal, but the officials did not pick up on it, and there was no flag, and the Panthers are very fortunate. Bishop Guertin unfortunate. 1st down and 10 as the Panthers use that down to come up with a big conversion play. 1st and 10 from the 26. Swing pass, Pacheco. South gets some yardage there on 1st down, but a violent tackle as one Bishop Guertin defender went low and the other went high, and they brought Pacheco down after a gain of about 2. Ball on the 24-yard line. Bishop Guertin trying to come up with a stop here, trailing 7-0, wanting to get the ball back. Man in motion is Kyle O'Connor. Throw over the middle, complete. Touchdown, a 24-yard touchdown strike. Dante Young to Tanner Plord. A well-designed play, well executed by Nashua South. 24 yards for the touchdown. And it's a 13-0 lead with the extra point after still to come. Kicking it will be Matthew Kiesling, sophomore, who does the kicking and punting for the Panthers. So something they did up in Concord, which was go up big early. That one looked like it is between the uprights on a line, a low line drive, but still gets the job done just as well. 14-0, Bishop Guertin on their heels here, thanks to the very effective passing game, especially of the Panthers. Dante Young, a junior quarterback, listed at 5'10" and 135 pounds. Able to sling it and find a couple of receivers for big plays in each of the 2 scoring drives. One about a 70-yard plus pass to Tyler Armin, and that one to Tanner Plord. Qualifies as an actual touchdown pass. They ran the first touchdown in from inside the 5. So Kiesling will kick it off from the 40. And Matthews kick, low line drive end to end. They whistle the play dead. There's a flag back where the Panthers took off from the line of scrimmage. And they'll bring it back. They're not even going to give Bishop Guertin a choice of whether they want to redo. Which is something you sometimes see with kickoffs that go wrong. Instead of starting at the 40, the kick will be from the 35. Austin Hisco, who has returned a couple of kicks, has reversed positions with, looks like Joey De Silva. It is, actually that's 32. That's Joey Lupo. Joey Lupo to the 40, to the 50. He's got 2 to beat. Lupo to the 30, getting down the sideline. Joey Lupo goes the distance for a touchdown. Bishop Guertin on the scoreboard in spectacular fashion. Lupo pulling that down somewhere around the 20. Goes 80 yards and not straight down the field. He found the far sideline first, and then it was a track meet, a foot race, and Lupo wins it. Goes the distance for the touchdown. Bishop Guertin for the all-important point after. They're going, let's see, they're lining up to go for 2 points here. I don't see any kicker. Waiting for the play call for the conversion. I don't know if this is possible to get a delay a game before they get the 2-point try off, but it's going to make it more difficult if they do. The last player that had a chance at Lupo for the Panthers is number 4. There's a swing pass, and it is complete for 2 points. And again, it's Kyle Baker, the go-to guy. No, actually, 87 for, Kyle Baker is the go-to guy, a big receiver for Bishop Guertin. He's got 3 big receptions. That was for 2 points here in the first quarter. Kyle Baker, sure-handed receiver. And Hayden Moses goes to him once again. So 14-8 is the score. Guertin down by just the 6 points. Perhaps they have a lot of confidence in the two-point conversion playbook, or not so much confidence, or maybe a kicker's hurt. The kicking game for the extra points. They went immediately on to the decision to go for 2 on that. And they make it. So Guertin will kick off from their own 40-yard line. They really haven't taken an offensive snap yet in South's half of the field. Their scoring play was a kickoff return for touchdown. It appeared that Guertin shook it up a bit on their return choices, as Hisco was on that near hash mark, the same hash mark where Joey Lupo received that ball, and he goes 80 yards. The third touchdown reception, kickoff return team try for Bishop Guertin proved to be the charm. I don't want to fault Hisco for the first 2 returns that didn't go that far, but maybe the return team blocking scheme improved so that Lupo was able to find that far sideline and go 80 yards for the score. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They'll take it at their own 32-yard line. No kickoff return magic for South on that play. Dante Young, who seems to be solidifying his position, his place in the offense by the series of downs after 2 spectacular scoring drives. He's back out there in the shotgun. Man in motion. And the handoff to the big fullback, Pacheco, and he gets about 5 yards on first down, right up the middle. So call it 2nd down and 5. Tackle was made by Mike Terrazzano, junior defensive lineman, but not before Pacheco picks up 5 yards on first down play. You see teammate Nick Connerty, number 73, the nose tackle, helping out Kyle Baker, the two-way player and defensive lineman, number 87, as his uniform jersey had gone over his shoulder pad. South, handoff. Coming this way was Brendan Frost, but he cannot find much of an opening. It is a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. 12 minutes in the books, 14-8. South scored the first 2 touchdowns, and we're threatening to run away with the game. And then Bishop Guertin, with an 80-yard kickoff return for touchdown by Joey Plourd, cut the deficit in half. So we'll go to the second quarter. It'll be, wow, thank you, Bill Thorpe again making his fantastic cookies for the crew. And when Tom King comes up here and he starts talking, then I can start eating. Right now, I'll just try to nibble in the corner of my mouth. But they look delicious. Bill Thorpe also does the spotting for public address announcer Jason Roby in the background. We have a football game here. It's Friday night lights under the lights here at Stello Stadium on the Mata Field turf in Nashua. Bishop Guertin against Nashua High South. South, of course, in their purple uniforms, and BG in their Green Bay Packers schemed. Green, white, and gold. Yellow helmets. Actually, yellow, white, and green, I should say. 3rd and 2. Big play here for the South offense. Will they keep the ball? Pacheco, no. The keeper, the wrong decision that time. Dante Young has not made too many wrong decisions in this game, but that was one of them. It looked like Pacheco could have made the first down easily, but instead Young held on to it, and he took a loss on the play. So goes from 3rd and 2 to 4th and long, and we may see a punt from South here. I can't believe they're going to go for it. It's 4th and kind of long. And they will punt. The young man who just had the kickoff return for touchdown is the sole return man here. Let's see if Joey Lupo can do it again. The end over end, he's going to let it go, and it's a good South bounce.
Oh, look at that, John.
Way down the field. It's going to go down to the 9. Excellent punt for South. So Bishop Guertin, if they're going to come up with their first score as an offense, not as a special teams play, they have a long way to go. They've got to go 91 yards if they want to get a touchdown and tie this game up or better.
Very surprised to see Hayden Moses in there. Not that he was a bad quarterback, just thought De Silva did more last week, but they said practice would determine it. They were going to have him compete in practice this week. Obviously, Moses won the practice. And he's much more accurate this week than he was last week.
Tom was at the game last week where Bishop Guertin lost to Central 33-16 on a Saturday afternoon here at Stello's 6 days ago. So here we go with South deep in their own end. In fact, Moses Hayden will take this shotgun snap somewhere close to the goal line as he lines up at about the 3. The lone running back is Ben Plumley. Straight drop. He's going to throw it at Plumley out of the backfield. It is complete, and they get about 16, 17 yards on the play. Well-designed play to the running back coming out of the backfield uncovered.
This was stuff they weren't able to do last week. That Moses was not able to connect on those passes. His timing was way off.
Jason had that as 80. I thought it was 20, but coming out of the backfield would have been Plumley.
We'll go with 20. I haven't seen an 80 yet. So that's a 1st and 10 at the 30.
Right.
Gain of 21. I don't think Moses had 21 yards passing all of last Saturday night.
Well, it was a 21-yard pass play.
Yes.
Handoff from Moses to Plumley, and again, South's defense really keying on that sole running back of Bishop Guertin. Moses has been gaining some ground on the quarterback keepers, but Plumley has been met in the backfield, and now he's down. He took a hard hit soon after getting the handoff, and Ben Plumley is hurting at the moment. So unfortunate to see that. Tap on the chest from teammate Jacob Schofield, one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah, not good.
No. So always hope it's a cramp in these situations because that's a quick recovery kind of thing. But you never know. It's John Triciani, the head coach of Bishop
it's
Guertin.
20. It's down. It's Plumley.
Getting help to his feet. Maybe it was just a cramp. I don't know. He's going to get helped off. It looks like they're asking for some teammates to come over and assist the trainer so he doesn't have to put any weight on that right foot, so maybe it is not a cramp. You never know. Ouch. You missed the initial cookie run.
That's all right. I made my own.
Oh.
Made my own run, that is. Not my own cookies. Please, let's not get carried away.
No, let's not.
Plumley got 3 before he went down, so it's 2nd and 7 from the 33.
And we have the clock running now. Back after the running play, that's the way it would normally happen without the injury. So look out for the young man that split wide to the right here. In fact, there's 2 receivers, but Kyle Baker's been doing a lot of pass catching in this game. He's got a 2-point conversion to his credit, number 87. Let's see if Moses goes back to him. Instead, he hands it off, and the reserve running back, newly into the game, Ethan Holt, is downed after a short gain. Actually, he might have lost a yard on the play. They're going to say he lost a bunch. A 2-yard loss on the play, and it's 3rd and 9. Ball spotted just beyond the 30-yard line. Guertin had high hopes to go down the field and tie it up maybe with a touchdown, take a lead on a point after, but instead they're faced with a 3rd and long here in their own end. Hayden Moses back to pass. He's got Kyle Baker at the bottom of the screen, looks left, throws left, and it is complete, but way short of any first down possibility. Great coverage by Brendan Frost, number 11. Brendan Callahan was the receiver, but was only a step beyond the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down and 7. The Cardinals are going to punt. Austin Hisco handles the punting duties for Guertin, and he is back there to the left of your screen.
Hisco back to punt for the Cardinals. And they're putting deep for the Panthers.
That's something, I guess, that's a next level kind of thing for a quarterback. You got 4 receivers out there, and he just looks left the whole time and throws left.
Yeah, you've got to change your look. You can't just, decide that that's where you're going to throw and look that way the whole time. It's a great
especially when you have time.
Great way to
pass.
get picked off.
Yes. End over end bounce is good for Bishop Guertin. Backing away from that was the return man for South, Tanner Plourd. And it's decent field position for South as they go for their 3rd score of the game. Leading 14-8, now getting the ball back. And the ball spotted at the 36, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Shuttling into the game for South, number 81, Kyle O'Connor. Junior tight end, number 81. Also, with the play call fresh in mind, Dante Young back into the huddle, number 10 for South. Jake McDevitt, junior wide receiver, comes near side left, and there in the slot, Jason Campo, number 26. Young also has 2 receivers split top of your screen to the right. Instead, he hands it off Pacheco, a stiff arm, and he is met. Face mask to face mask, one of the hardest hits of the game on the tackle. Jacob Schofield to a player, offensive lineman and linebacker, holds Pacheco to a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Heads up, face-to-face tackle there by Schofield, and immediately stopped Pacheco in his tracks. So 2nd and 8. Let's see what the play call is here for the Panthers. Looking to his sideline and to his head coach, Scott Knight, is quarterback Dante Young. He's got the play call now as he tells it to his teammates. Back into the shotgun. Pacheco, the sole running back. In motion, Plourd. And the whistle in the middle of that play. It has got to be against the offense. Not good news for the Panthers as they were already facing 2nd and long. Now it's going to be 2nd and even longer after they march this off.
Well, Guertin's defense has settled down after those 2 drives. The big thing is the pass plays. They gave up, the big pass play.
2 of them, really.
Yeah,
the touchdown pass.
Touchdown pass and the one pass play.
70. How many yards do you have that? 70?
70.
70 on the button to Tyler Armeen.
No, actually, on that touchdown pass.
The touchdown was 24.
24, right.
That was to Plourd, and
Right.
Armeen's reception was about 70 yards.
Yes.
What a great job of hanging on to the football despite some hard contact. Brendan Frost, a sure-handed reception just short of the yards needed for the first down, though. They needed to get about 13. He got 12, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Let's see what the play call is here. It might be 2 down territory for South. They've got a lot of confidence in their defense at this point, I would say. The only touchdown for Bishop Guertin on special teams. About an 80-yard kickoff return for touchdown.
Pacheco here, maybe.
Joey, way offside.
Guertin got caught. They went caught in a
just,
defensive run blitz, and they got caught.
They gifted South a first down,
yes.
it looks like.
Go right to the 50.
Nashua South, first down.
A couple of players, or at least the linebacker, might have been blitzing on that play, but they got too over-eager, and it's a encroachment call and a first down for South right at the midfield stripe. We've got the best seat in the house here on NashuaETV. Our cameraman Tim O'Neill upstairs. Looking to his right, Dante Young throws it, and that is going to be
incomplete.
Not a flag?
Not a flag, evidently.
Whoa! I thought I saw Frost being dragged down from behind before the ball got there. They let it go.
So did I.
I think the officials have missed a couple calls.
You know, but from here,
2 men in motion.
Well, actually,
on a play earlier.
Actually, you have a better look at the monitor. I looked naked eye.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if there was space between the two of them or not.
No, I couldn't either. You know what? He might have stumbled. It might not have been a
because he looked like he
takedown.
was diving for it, and then the defender stumbled.
That's possible. So I take it back, officials. Pacheco is
no,
stuffed up.
Be mean to the officials. Come on, it's
innocent until proven guilty. United States of America. Officials get the same. Austin Hisco in on the tackle. South trying to come up with some kind of a effective play call here on 3rd and long.
I'm looking at the Pete Johnson replay here.
For that pass play?
Yes. And it does look like there was contact.
It does, right on the jersey?
Yep, right on the legs.
On the legs,
yep.
Okay. Interesting.
No,
Before
what's even more interesting is he's got it and we don't.
Yeah. We're streaming tonight, so Pete can watch it delayed.
Delayed, yes, exactly.
Rolling to his right, looking to pass. Young's pass incomplete, intended for Tanner Plourd. The other 17 for the Cardinals on coverage, Jake Allison. Junior linebacker doing a nice job of breathing down the neck of Plourd, although maybe a better pass or catch could have got it done. Instead, it is 4th down and long. They need about 7 yards to get a first down. They need to get to the 40. And instead, it is a punting formation for South. BG faked one. I don't know if South's got a fake punt in their pocket. They're going to punt this away. Low line drive, and it's going to get out of bounds quickly. That, I think, qualifies as a shank.
Yeah. Me on the first tee.
That does not meet Tom King's coffin corner qualifications.
No, it does not. But now,
but Ray Guy's not walking through that door, Tom.
Yeah, but Guertin. Oh, you got how many people? If they're younger than 25 or younger than 30, they're back there saying, "Who's that?"
I know, and you know it's the education station, so I like to give people
education.
Fuel to go to Google.
He's not in
YouTube.
the Hall of Fame, is he? Or did he get finally inducted?
I think wasn't he first ballot?
Wasn't he? No, he wasn't. It took a long time if he was in.
That is ridiculous.
I know. That was the thing.
He set the standard. He had kids all over America with their Nerf balls, punting and saying Ray Guy at the same time.
I don't think that was the case.
I witnessed it.
Yes, it was you.
In Jamaica Plain, daily. It was me, but I mean, I wasn't a good punter, but other people did it.
De Silva finally touches the ball.
How about that?
And gets wrestled down. Frost with the tackle, lost a one. Loss of one.
Were it not for those 2 big pass plays that you mentioned and the kickoff return for touchdown, this game dominated by defense.
Yes,
you're right, could be scoreless.
Exactly, and if there were no clouds in the sky, it'd be clear.
And a sprint around left end does never get around left end. It is a tackle. Joey De Silva stopped. So frustrating.
It's too easy. They make it too easy.
Yeah, I'm setting you up, man. Batting practice.
Oh, loss of 2 on the play. They're going the wrong direction. 3rd and 13. So they keyed on De Silva.
No, I just wanted to give credit to the defenses.
Oh, they've played well, except, I think Guertin's probably, 2 big plays. No coach is going to be happy with that.
True.
You know?
That pass, though, going back
So
to the
Moses
Tyler
is now
Armine
at quarterback.
reception, I mean, the Patriots would have been happy with that execution.
Right.
The ball was right there. And
Trips right, and we got a flag or a whistle. Delay of game. See, they changed quarterbacks, I think, and that caused the delay.
So they'll push Bishop Guertin back closer to their own end zone. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. A key drive here. BG with a chance to tie or take the lead with a late possession here in the first half, but it doesn't look promising right now. It's 2nd and 18. A center pressure, throwing it, getting it away, and nobody. You're right, it's out of bounds.
It was a screen that was busted, John. It looked like he was going to throw a screen, and it got busted.
Looked like a middle bubble screen that didn't go.
Oh, I love that football term, bubble screen.
Bubble screen.
Bubble screen. Bubble wrap, bubble gum, bubble bath.
I might have misused it. Is it a bubble screen when you go to the receiver and he's got a few blockers out on the flat?
I guess so. I got no clue.
Creating a bubble?
Create these terms that really don't mean much. Pass to so-and-so doesn't get any yards. It's that simple.
I gotta call Tony Romo on my cell and ask if that was correct usage of a bubble screen. It was his middle screen, I know that. It got busted, like you said. Busted play. Romo's probably on the golf course, though.
Fourth and 18.
If ever there was a punting situation, we're looking at it.
I think so. I think you can pretty much call this one as a punt.
Pressure on Hisco here to get something good away. He does.
Yeah, not very good.
Not far.
No.
And a fumble, and it's a loose ball, and what a break for South. Tanner Plord is a lucky man.
You had 3 Guertin jerseys on the ball. The problem is they all went for it at once.
Collided.
Yes.
Ball squirts loose, and the original intended return man.
If my memory on the play serves me correct, Pete will probably see it in a couple of minutes, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, a huge opportunity missed for the Cardinals. Plord had let a ball bounce on a previous punt, and so he was determined to make a catch, but that was a really difficult catch. And he ended up trying to dive for it. It went off his fingertips, so it's a live ball at that point. If Bishop Guertin can just pick it up, it's their ball. They could have even picked it up and ran with it, but an opportunity missed. It's South's ball. And that's in the rearview mirror. Plord is in motion, and he'll get the swing pass. Guertin closing, but somehow Plord able to squirt free for a big first down gainer when he could have lost a couple yards. BG's defense not able to close the deal there, though they had good gang pursuit. Give 5 yards to Plord, and it'll be 2nd and 5. Somebody jumped, 2 people jumped. It's a hard count situation, and it drew a couple of BG linemen offside. I don't believe anybody on the South moved, and it is against the defense. So credit there. Pocket presence. Dante Young with the hard count gets an automatic first down for his team on 2nd and 5, 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 33-yard line. And Campo went in motion, and we have a penalty for something. It looks like an illegal formation.
Another one.
The official might be picking the flag up. I don't know. It's a tight end on this side, so he thought it was an uncovered tackle, and it wasn't. Or it was. No, they're going to say the tackle wasn't covered. So you have to be up to the line of scrimmage as a receiver if you're just got the only person to your right is a tackle. And Campo, as soon as he went in motion, he put South into an illegal formation. So they return the favor as far as 5 yards, but South does have their first down already in their pocket. They don't have to surrender that. 1st and 15. Here goes Campo in motion. There is a tight end on the left, so it's legal. The handoff up the middle, slipping 2 or 3 tackles. Pacheco spins away from 2 more, and he has it inside the 25. Jalen Pacheco's best run of the night.
Right, and that's a run he couldn't make last year. He tried to pound somebody. You saw him spin there. That's the lighter weight that allows him to be more flexible on a run like that.
Illustrated perfectly right there. He had his dancing shoes on that play, Tom, and with the lighter weight, able to get it done. Almost got the whole 15 yards, the whole enchilada back, but tackled just a couple yards short. Bring up 2nd down and 2. Made several players miss on that carry. Pacheco's going to get another carry here, and he has the first down and more.
Yes.
Gets it to about the 20. 1st and 10. South threatening to double up on their lead. 1:20 clock rolling. Still have plenty of time to get it done here on this closing drive, what could be the closing drive of the first half. Fakes the handoff to Pacheco, hits Campo. Campo trying to get to the sideline, and he gets hit hard by Hisco at the 8-yard line. Good gain there on 1st down for the Panthers. Hisco and Lupo on the tackle for Guertin. 2nd down and 3.
Clock a factor. 1:08 left to play in the half. Clock stops as they move the chains. Now it should be going again.
Dante Young in the shotgun, has Plort in motion, is going to hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco through left guard, and he is almost in.
Just shy. He's lucky he didn't fumble the ball.
Yep.
But a great run by Pacheco.
Although the ground can't cause a fumble, but
yeah, his knee probably was down.
Yeah, but
1st and goal at the 1. This is a killer. That lack of picking up the fumble goes right back to that, because if they score here,
huge.
It's huge. It could be as much as a 21-8 halftime lead if they get in here.
Handoff, Young, Pacheco trying to get through, getting dragged down. Touchdown, Jalen Pacheco. A 1-yard touchdown run, and South up 20-8 with 49 seconds remaining in the first half. No surprise there, giving the ball to Jalen Pacheco multiple times on that drive, and it produces dividends. They are
sure does
in again. Kick after the touchdown is no good. So still a 20-8 score. And a big concern for Bishop Guertin going into halftime would have to be how to get some points on offense.
And you know what? I think the best combination on their drives is Moses to the big guy, to Baker.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
In fact, that's how they got their 2-point conversion.
Right.
After the kickoff return for touchdown.
But if they can get
Joey
Lupo,
Lupo.
if Lupo's got, see, we did in last year's Telegraph football preview, our theme was speed, and Lupo was the fastest guy on Guertin. They did a challenge just for us to designate who was going to be the fastest. So we profiled every fast kid on every team, and Lupo was the fastest as a freshman.
He showed off that speed tonight.
Right. So why isn't he touching the ball more? Get him in space.
You know, it was interesting. The kick return formation for BG had Hisco at the near hash mark twice. He got the ball back to the 20 a couple times. And then they switched because they saw how South was kicking the ball off to the near hash mark, and they put Lupo in that spot. And he found a way to go the distance. Hisco's going to return this one. And he gets stopped at about the 33. I don't think I even saw Lupo back to get that kick, that particular kick. I hope he's not hurt, because
Cardinals will set up shop 1st and 10 from their own 33.
Or maybe he was just gassed on defense. But Joey Lupo is number 32. There he is. He's right there in the slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, get him the ball. That's the thing. He's
Baker
out there.
and Lupo are here.
He's
near
out there,
side.
but they're not getting him. They're not targeting him.
Right. The sole running back is Ethan Holt for Bishop Guertin. Hayden Moses back to pass, looking left all the way, throws it up for grabs, and it is intercepted but out of bounds.
Out of bounds. It should be the call. It should be Guertin's ball, incomplete. But they had that problem last week too.
You got
Hanging
your
the
two
ball.
best receivers near side, Tom, and you're only looking left.
Yes, exactly. You've got to cut Lupo over the middle. He catches the ball just like this. All right, look, I mean, I have a picture of the 70-yard pass play, okay? And the player's got daylight in front of him. Lupo is going to have that same type of daylight on a slant.
That's
if he
one
can
of your
beat the
best
safety.
pictures right there.
He can beat the safety.
You got that.
Yeah.
Nice.
John.
That's a good catch, man.
John.
You and Tyler are
John,
mean.
I'm a great photographer. Haven't you noticed?
Oh, let's not get carried away like cookies. Oh, well, good coverage there. Defeats that idea to get it to Kyle Baker for the moment.
They better be careful. They may end up having to give the ball back.
It was either Joseph Buturla or
To Nashua
Charlie
South.
Collins on the stop there.
And you give South the ball any time with the offensive mind that Scott Knight and Bill Munson have, they're going to score.
When they throw it here, they're going to stop the clock if they don't complete it. But
Right.
they're also looking at a 12-point deficit, so I don't know if they're going to take a shot down the field or what. But they are gambling. As you said, they could leave time on the clock. There's
Sure.
the throw. Up for grabs again. It's out of bounds over the head of the intended receiver, Brendan Callahan. So, in fact, there is half a minute remaining, and it's a punting situation for BG.
So play brings up a 4th down and 10 for Guertin.
And Austin Hisco is back to punt. Always a dangerous situation late in the half.
Tanner Pullet set to return for the pin.
Tanner Plort is the sole return man for Nashua South, off to the right of your screen. We're streaming live here on NashuaETV on a Friday, September 7 of 2018, and we have a timeout by BG before the punt. They want to make sure they have their I's dotted and T's crossed here in this last-minute punting situation deep in their own end. It is the Learning Channel, so I want to talk about my optometrist came to her first football game last week. Her daughter is in the Bedford band, and she sat on the visitor's side and found out that when bands play at Stellos, they face and play to the home side. So basically, she couldn't really hear anything that had a horn to it. She said the percussion sounded great. She told her daughter she should sit on this side next time she comes to a football game at Stellos. If you have a child in a band who visits Stellos Stadium and you think you want to sit on the visiting side to support your team, just for halftime before they play, you should come around here because you get the best sound.
Right, exactly.
She also learned that the student body stands up for Bedford during the entire game on the visitor side, so the only time you can see the game is if you're in the top 2 rows. Good bounce, good punt by Hisco. It gets it all the way down to the 31-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for South, so we'll see if they try to make some hay with it. And I told my optometrist, you got a good band and a good team, and they're going to be playing, I don't know who they're playing tonight, but they had their first home game tonight in Bedford after defeating Nashua North in an exciting game last Friday night here at Stellos. North will be playing in Goffstown tomorrow, a 1:30 kickoff. Tom King will be there covering that game as well. So South with 21 seconds to go. They're going to try a pass, and it's batted down by Kyle Baker. A dangerous pass. Baker's got great hands, and he came pretty close from picking that off. And if he catches
he sure
that,
did. If he gets that, he's 6.
he's
in.
gone.
I know. You got to be careful.
Yeah,
I mean,
the play call is pretty
now,
important.
no clock ticked off on it. It was 21.4 seconds left at the snap.
You'd be happy to know that 0.2 seconds ticked off, Tom.
That was it. No, they didn't. Nothing ticked off.
Nothing ticked off?
No.
Okay, are you ticked off?
A little bit.
Yes. So something did tick off.
I tell you, that's
run near
something-
side,
something
holding on
should-
to it. Good run, and he gets to midfield. They might want to call a timeout here. That only took 6 seconds off the clock. Brendan Frost with his best carry of the game. That might have been a Wildcat snap. They
It
got out of
was
the
a
back.
Wildcat. I told you got to watch out for him. It's all 19 yards.
Now that's the play you want
Right.
to call. That's not
And
going
that's
to get
first
picked
and
off.
10 at the 50 with 15.6 seconds left.
Right. So South gets an effective playoff and gets the ball to midfield where anything can happen. They've had some lengthy pass plays from Dante Young to first Tyler Armeen for 70 yards and then Taylor Plord for 24 yards for the touchdown.
Right.
Tanner Plord, sorry. And Dante Young has shown an ability to really chuck that football with accuracy. And we'll see if Scott Knight wants to give him a shot to go down the field here with 15 seconds remaining. South Band is in attendance and Bishop Guertin Band as well. It'll be a 2-band performance at halftime. The band actually marched here to Stello's from the school down the street as a unit. Before the game. And they played their way down here too. They didn't just march down here. They made it a parade. Great sound. Dante Young in the shotgun. And we have a whistle again before the snap, and I think they...
Penalty flag on the play.
No, that's... Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
That's
It's
a
just
tight end right
it's
there,
amazing
isn't it?
that those things happen after timeouts.
They're calling the same thing. It was the same play, compo in motion from the near side. So I don't know if all the linemen weren't lined up on the line of scrimmage properly, but they lost 5 to the penalty. So 1st and 15 for South, trying to go 55 yards in 15 seconds. Stepping up and heaving it down the right sideline to Campo, and it's intercepted. Number 22 for Bishop Guertin is Ryan Bew. Bew cuts it back to the middle, and coming back on the play,
call
Campo.
timeout, and you're going to get, well, there'll be a change of possession, so the clock will stop anyway, but then
2
you just
seconds.
throw the Hail Mary up.
What an adventurous play for Jason Campo, the intended receiver, came back and finally tackled Ryan Bew, who played nice tight defense on Campo on that long pass down the far sideline and stepped up. It was kind of a floater, picks it off, runs it back about 20 yards and gets tackled from behind by Campo, who never gave up on the play. Just over midfield, but minimal time to do anything with it. 2.1 seconds remaining for the Cardinals. They may be going Hail Mary here of some sort. The bottom of your screen is Kyle Baker, who leads the team in receptions to this point. Also, we have number 32, Lupo, who's got the kickoff return for touchdown.
This is it.
Number 32, and number 7 is Brendan Callahan.
So they fake the pass, and they go back to Silva, and it's Hisco. It was Hisco going to Moses.
Was that a version of the Philly special?
Yeah, more or less.
We have a flag, so the flag.
Too many players on one side, according to Jason Roby, from what I understand.
Illegal man downfield. Yep. That will That'll wipe out the remaining 2 seconds on the clock, and we go to halftime. A great half for Nashua High South, a thrilling half for us, the viewers here of NashuaETV, as the Panthers home crowd applauds their team off the field. We'll go into the locker room. Halftime, it's going to be down on the field. Our cameras following the action. Bishop Guertin's marching band to be followed by Nashua High South. John Collins with Tom King. We'll step back, let the musicians take over. Watching NashuaETV on a Friday night at Stello's.
Nice dress. Just go do it. Go do it. If you're not in control of how you act, then who is? Live above the influence.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2018 Bishop Guertin High School Cardinals marching band and their field show Playing with Fire, featuring Disco Inferno, Great Balls of Fire, and Fireball. The band is under the direction of Mr. Brian Stark and is assisted by Mrs. Amanda Stark, with percussion instructed by Chief Master Sergeant Dave Long, United States Air Force, and drill design by Dr. Ron Russell. The ensemble is conducted by drum major Andrew Pellerin and Isabel Lang. Please welcome the Marching Cardinals. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice Dillon Stadium round of applause for the BG Cardinals marching band. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field is the Nashua High School South Purple Panther marching band. With helpers from the direction of drum major Jeff Zaleski, Alanya Zaleski, and Delaney Nelson. Assistant directors are Natalie Foss and Thomas Sousa. Percussion instructor is Charles Davis, assisted by Tim Morrow and Molly Plassett. The band director, drill designer for the Nashua South Panthers, Tony Corona. The Nashua South Purple Panthers Fall Show theme is Superheroes. They will be performing the theme from the movie Batman, Iron Man by Black Sabbath, and the Captain America March. Please give a warm welcome to the Nashua South Marching Band.
Disasters can happen anywhere at any time. When disaster hits home, your family will depend on you. In a disaster, you are the superhero. Be prepared. Sign up for emergency alerts and visit readynh.gov. Take action. Be safe.
Welcome back, everybody, to halftime here at Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Friday night football night. Bishop Guertin against Nashua High South. South had their way for most of the first half with Bishop Guertin. The sole blemish on the scoreboard, if you're South and thinking about pitching a shutout, was allowing about an 80-yard kickoff return for touchdown to Joey Lupo. As the third kickoff of the game by South, and it proved to be the charm for the BG special teams kickoff return squad, able to spring Lupo to the far sideline. And as Tom King reported last year, I guess, Lupo, the fastest kid on Guertin, and he showed it off in that foot race down the far sideline as he went the distance for the score. Otherwise, Bishop Guertin's offense has been stymied by pretty good Nashua South defense.
Yeah, they've only got 77 yards to 200 for Nashua. So that's not what you want from scrimmage. They need to put together a long drive. And again, I mean, Moses has passed really well, you know, with Kyle Baker being his favorite target. But with the speed that Guertin's got, they need to hit a couple of those guys in stride like Lupo and De Silva. If they're not going to use De Silva at quarterback, they need to use him as, you know, in space and get him the ball. See, Guertin does not have a sustained rushing attack. They really don't, and that hurts them a little bit. Actually, it hurts them a lot. So, in my mind, the way Nashua's playing is Dante Young has hit two big passes, one for a touchdown, one for 70 yards to set up a touchdown. And the key play, as far as I'm concerned, besides the 70-yard pass play to Armin for South, is that fumble where three Cardinal jerseys collided going for a ball, and Plorden was able to recover his own fumble at the 43, and then 6 plays later, they're in for a touchdown with 49 seconds left in the half to go up 20-8. It could have been a tie game at halftime, maybe, if Guertin was able to take that ball with about 3.5 minutes left in the half and march down the field.
High school football turning point, as Tom highlighted there. That could have been a big swing in this game if Bishop Guertin could have come up with that fumble on the punt return. Instead, as you see, South with a commanding 20-8 lead and the football as they receive the opening kickoff of the second half.
Young is 6 of 10 for 115 yards and 1 TD. Dante Young.
Matt Frechette, a nice tackle for the Cardinals on the return by South to the 34-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Dante Young, showing himself to be a young, talented quarterback for South, has put the 20 points up on the board and will be in search of more here on a night that's heavy with some news from up in Manchester, Tom.
Yeah, there evidently was some type of, I believe, a shooting somewhere in the vicinity around the territory between Central and Gill Stadium, and the game at Gill postponed. Central and Keene.
So there's an unusual turn of events, and a game not played tonight in New Hampshire Division I football. The keeper, Dante Young, has got a first down. He's got some space. He gets tackled after midfield. After a gain of about 20 yards plus, Young takes it inside the 45 of Bishop Guertin for a South first down. Ball will be spotted at the 44 of Guertin. So
got space.
Young has ripped off some big pass plays. That was his biggest running play.
That's a 12-yard gain for Dante Young.
And first and 10, South with no huddle again. It might have been some movement near side. They got away with that. No flag.
And there is a high percentage pass. We hadn't seen those short dump passes. And Young catching the big tight end in space, Kyle O'Connor.
6'3", 228.
So what you're seeing, John, is South introducing more and more things to their offense. This is what the Cardinals hope to do at some point during the season. South's way ahead of him doing it right now.
Young calling signals, has Plord in motion, is going to give him the football. Plord cutting through the line, has a gain of 5, 6, maybe 9 yards on the play. Got another football term there from our longtime coach and PA announcer Jason Roby.
Was that Young?
Sweep.
Was that Young?
That was 17 for
17.
South. Tanner
Plord.
Plord with
Yep.
the carry.
All the way down to the 31.
And it's going to be 1st and 10. He moves the chains again. First down carry for a first down.
I'm sorry, that was more than 12 yards. That was a 20-yard gain for
you.
Dante Young on that first carry.
I thought there might be some
You started at the 36.
math correction to be made there.
You know how I can correct that? Ball's loose. Let's see if the Cardinals got it. They think they do.
And it is BG ball. The turnover that they couldn't get in the first half, they come up with the pigskin here. The recovery made by Matt Frechette.
Yep.
That ball was returned number 31, Matt Frechette for the Cardinals.
So a rare miscue by the South offense produces a BG opportunity here. Their first possession of the second half, and they do not surrender any points to the Panthers in South's opening drive. And a chance to cut the deficit in half, trailing by 12, 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Great job done by the Bishop Guertin band and the Nashua High South band at halftime here at Stellos. Very comfortable night weather-wise, cooling off a bit as we speak, but certainly perfect for the football players down on the turf. Handoff on another speed sweep, this one by Bishop Guertin.
To Lupo. They try to get Lupo around the end. I think he's better running in space, catching the ball in the open flat. But at least they're trying to get something going.
Yep.
But he lost a yard.
So many teams go with the shotgun these days, and we don't give enough credit to these centers who are time and again called upon to make perfect snaps. And that's another perfect snap back to Moses, and they don't go any place. That is a good job of stuffing the run by
Ethan Holt on that carry. Holt's the best defensive player that Guertin has.
I believe that's 71 who is the center for Bishop Guertin, and that would be not on the roster here. There must be a different number.
Well, we got 3rd, and he maybe gained a half a yard. I'd say 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 and a half.
Sorry. And it's completed to Baker. Baker stiff arm has the first down. Just beyond it. Heads up play. Kyle Baker with the run after the catch.
Baker had to leap he had to stretch for that catch too. And he does it. But that's a good spin move by a tight end. You don't expect that. And he gets exactly what they needed. 11 yards, and he's out to the 48-yard line. But boy, I would just love to see. I don't have a rooting interest here, but I would love, just from a football standpoint, to see them hit one of those speed guys in stride up the middle.
Right.
They haven't used it.
That's Meredith Basta, number 77, that's doing the shotgun snaps for Bishop Guertin.
That was Holt again.
Holt
to the
with the
50.
carry.
Got it 2 yards. See, Guertin lacks the ability to break a run, and it's partly because of the line and partly because of the backs. They're not that experienced.
Moses is going to hold on to this. He eludes one tackler, but not the second. Tackle made by Kalik Jones. Kalik was all over the quarterback. 5'11", 220-pound defensive lineman.
And he gets down to the 48.
Number 75 with a big play there. So it'll be 3rd down and long About 6 yards to go for Bishop Guertin if they want to convert and keep this drive alive. As you see, they're trailing 20-8. This is their first offensive possession of the second half. Quick hitter to the right side, trying to dance away and unable to elude the game tackle of South.
I just never like those quick hit plays,
especially to the
short side of the field. Doesn't make any sense. Who caught that ball?
Number 32
which is Lupo.
Joey Lupo.
They try to get Lupo, but if you're going to get Lupo, get him out this way. Get him running in the flat.
I hear you, man. He's a fast guy, and the more space he has to work with, the better. 4th and long. 4th and about 9. 8 or 9 for BG. Moses rolling to the short side right, fires toward Baker.
No.
And nothing.
And they're not good at those long passes.
Of course, that increases your percentage, your completion percentage when you go tight short like that, but there wasn't enough space between Baker and the defender, and the ball knocked out of bounds, incomplete. Guertin turns it over to South on downs at midfield, exactly 50 yards to go, for a score that could prove to be a dagger in this game. If South can get it, they'd be back up by 3 scores in a game in which Bishop Guertin has struggled on offense. Trying to find some sort of a magic formula to defeat this South defense, and they haven't been able to do it through more than a half of football. Following his block, Brendan Frost has a first down and more as he gets inside the 40.
I like Frost. I think he's got some ability. I saw him in training camp, preseason camp, and the way he was running and getting after the ball. Gains 11 on that play. 11 for 11.
Dante Young back in the shotgun. He's got Jalen Pacheco standing just to his right. He's got Jason Campo in the slot.
They still do the cards. See, look at John right down there. They still do them. They don't have the no huddle as much, but they still do the cards.
Every once in a while, the offense gets bingo.
Yeah.
Campo with the handoff. He cuts it up. He's got a big gainer trying to step over a tackler.
Exactly. If he had stepped over him, John, that was going to be bingo.
Yes.
I'll tell you that right now.
So it is a first down easily. Play call coming in from the South coaching staff, head coach Scott Knight and assistants Bill Monson and Matt Froment. Another spread formation for South, thinning out this BG defense to take care of the receivers down the bottom of the screen. Pacheco steps through a few tacklers and crashes his way to the 20.
Yeah, but see, you haven't called his name that much this half. That's how dynamic the South offense is starting to get, using more people, keeping Guertin off balance, doing a lot more things with it. He gets down to the 20, he gets a 7-yard game, keeps your backs fresh, keeps your offense fresh, and keeps the other team guessing.
It's working right now as South is on the move. Ball at the 20. Second down and 3. Pacheco, no.
Play action.
Young looking to pass, heavy pursuit. He's around the corner and knocked out of bounds around the 12, but a good decision by Young, who looked like he was going to pass any second. Instead, he ran it.
Well, I tell you, Jacob Schofield is having one busy night on defense for Guertin. He is hitting a lot of people.
Ethan Holt was on the pursuit there, but Young was able to get around him before the tackle was made. As Tom said, that is good enough for a first down. First and 10, ball at
from
the 11.
11.
They can get a first down without getting it in. South trying to go up by 3 scores for the first time in this game. The handoff to Pacheco. No, a keeper, Young, around the left tackle.
They had
one tackler, another. He's inside the 5.
It looked like Ethan Holt had him, and he slipped away.
Must have some kind of
synthetic chemical on his. How did he not bring him down? But he's so slippery.
Ball down to about just inside the 5. Down to about the 4-yard line.
So 2 for the first down and 4 for the touchdown. Handoff. Pacheco up the middle is into the end zone.
Third touchdown of the night. He's almost automatic inside the 5-yard line or inside the 10.
Jalen Pacheco with touchdown runs of 1 and 4 yards in this game has put South up by plenty.
Touchdown runs of 3, 1, and 4 in this game.
3 touchdown runs. That's right. Yeah, he got the touchdown run
after the pass down to the 3-yard line. He scored
right away.
And the only reason that pass wasn't a touchdown was because Lupo was the one in pursuit who had the speed.
Oh, right. And it was a little bit of a stumble by Armin, but Lupo's great speed caught up to him. And what a performance by South so far tonight. They are in total control of this game right now. Offense and defense working for the Panthers after a tough loss last week against Concord. Tom, you must have talked to Scott Knight about that.
No, I did not. I was not at that game, John. I was here.
I don't know if you got a chance to talk to him during the week or anything, but we were following the scores last Friday night where it looked like South was way up on Concord at one point, and obviously the Crimson came back on their home field with the comeback win, 28-26. So much different story tonight for South so far. Matthew Kiesling, sophomore kicker for South, tees it up at the 40. Low wobbler, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 12, which means a flag. Kicks are supposed to stay inbounds, but they do get penalized. I don't know, maybe BG wants them to kick it again because you're looking at a team that scored their only points.
Get the ball to Lupo and have him try to run a touchdown again. Yeah, exactly.
Take a shot.
Right.
And they'll have to kick it from the 35, which is exactly where they kicked off from when Lupo did take it to the house earlier after a 5-yard penalty. Of course, if you're South, you're taking a peek at where number 32 is standing, and you're going to try to kick it where he is not. Well, let's see if Kiesling does that. Goes right down the right near hash mark, and he just says going to give it to Lupo. Here's the fastball down the middle. This time good coverage by South as they gang tackle Lupo. A couple of players going at it after the play. They'll get talked to.
Drop down there, number 26.
I don't know if they're going to flag that or not. There's mutual personal foul activity, and they just decide not to flag it. It's not that long after the play. 32-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for Bishop Guertin, and they need a score pretty urgently here in the third quarter on this drive if they are to get back into this game with any hope of a dramatic comeback in the fourth, you would think. Back out there at quarterback, Hayden Moses, the junior, at 5'8" and 158 pounds listed. And the sole running back to his left, Ethan Holt, one of the co-captains, number 44. In motion is Hisco. Handoff. Holt, tackle just after the line of scrimmage.
No running game. None. Just don't have one.
It's not there. What's changed, Tom, from the Bishop Guertin teams that used to go
numbers?
Numbers.
Don't have them. They've got, not bad this year, not too bad. Only 4 seniors this year. They missed a class.
Fewer boys are playing football? Is that it? Just
I think
deciding to play something else?
fewer are playing football. A lot are playing off-season lacrosse or involved in other sports.
Flushed.
And
Moses throws it away, intercepted.
Yep.
It looked like number 31. Is that Pacheco? It is, and he's not getting up too easily. But it's Jalen Pacheco with another big play. Heads up play by Pacheco, who's already got 3 touchdowns rushing and another interception on defense. Have a game, JP.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
He is having a good night. It's not a breakout night. He's not piling up yards.
And
he's piling up points.
Here's a thought that I have, Tom, and the quarterback, when he was flushed out of the pocket, we have a delayed replay here. We wish we could show you, but I thought there might have been a horse collar potential call there when he threw that ball.
I wasn't looking at it. I was looking to see if
which would have brought the interception.
I was looking
back
to see if he could have held on to the ball. Now Young rolling out, looks to throw. He's got his man, and
Brendan
it looked
Frost
like it was
inside
Frost.
the
Yeah.
10.
And Frost almost spun away.
You know,
Let's
it
see
happened so fast. It was
he pulled him down midway
shoulder
through.
pad. Yeah.
Numbers, right on the numbers.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. There wasn't really anything there to flag. So we saw the replay of the interception. It was legal. Everything was above board.
Was that play to Frost a running play or a pass?
That was
play?
a pass play, a short pass play to Frost on the
tough
rollout by Young.
They don't throw deep to Frost. They just give him the ball as close to the line of scrimmage as possible, and he gets in.
Yeah. 1st and goal from the 8. Young. Looked like a busted play. It's on the turf, and BG gets it back.
Oh.
Huge turnover. South was going in for the score that would put this game away.
They sure were. Guertin wasn't going to stop him.
And that play was just busted from the beginning, Tom. It looked like the recipient of the handoff was nowhere to be found when Young went to look for him, and he ended up reaching, and it created a fumble. So this was the earlier play. We're looking at the swing
the rollout,
pass.
the swing pass to Frost, and then we'll see the fumble. We have an iPad or some kind of contraption that Pete,
like a 2-minute delay.
Yeah, that Pete Johnson gave us, and it's a 2-minute delay that we were able to see plays over again. Meanwhile, you are looking live at Mata Field at Stello Stadium. 27-8, as you see the score is. Guertin late here in the 3rd quarter.
Hayden Moses back to pass, throws it over the middle, complete. In space, tackled after a nice gainer. That is Lupo.
What do you know? What do you know, huh? You get it to the guy in space. Instead of to the side, instead of to the other side, get it to Lupo. No huddle now.
Cardinals at 1st and 10 on their own 34.
That recovery of the football and the fumble, by the way, was made by Jacob Schofield, who's been a star on defense for BG tonight, number 52.
He's had a great. He also has a carry in this game.
He does. Back to pass through the fingertips of the intended receiver, Lupo.
Now see,
he was doubled.
Yeah, but see, he's in a crowd.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want to create a play where he's not. He's not in the crowd. But I'll tell you what.
Run somebody.
I've got to wonder why De Silva, after the way he played last week, is not in the lineup that much tonight. He's really not being. He's used on defense, but not that much on offense. I got to wonder why.
2nd down and 1. BG in the shotgun right here. They just need to get the ball to the 35 or 45. Swing pass. Actually, it was not second and one.
It was 2nd and 10.
Long 10, yeah. But now, I swear it's 3rd and 1.
3rd down and 1.
So BG, chance to convert here, keep the ball. We are under 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, clock rolling. As you can see, Guertin with a big hole to climb out of, and that starts with trying to score their first points as an offensive unit. Their only score came on special teams, and he put his treasure in a sinking ship that time, and going down short of the 1st down yardage to gain. was Ethan Holt. 4th down and 3, and BG is going to go for it. It looks like it's going to be a tough conversion here. South doesn't yield yards easily in this one, and got Kyle Baker in the wide side, near side. You would think he's a likely target, although in most of these formations, Moses has been throwing to the short side of the field, which is at the top of your screen.
1:04 left, third quarter. Survival here for Guertin. They're going to have to go for it. And, of course, if they don't make it, they call time?
They call time. Before they
got a delay.
Key play in this game. BG has slim hopes. I guess if you were going to go to the stat masters, they give you something like a 9% possibility of a comeback or less for Bishop Guertin from this situation in the game, down by 19 points with 13 minutes of football left at the end of this quarter and all the next. 4th down and 3. What will you come up with for a play call? John Triciani, the head coach. Assistants Mark Boardman. A lot of assistant coaches on the BG roster. Mark Boardman, Scott Dolan, Brian Snow, Joel Williams, Mike Crosby, Ken Eves, and Todd Therian. All helping out on the BG sideline.
Well, what do you call, Coach?
I want number 87. Actually, either Hisco or just something short. Let him run 5 yards down and come back to the ball.
I want 87. Throw to him down around the 45 because I think he's going to be open.
I like coming back to the ball. The old Oakland Raiders snake, Kenny Stabler offense. Come back to the ball. Throwing it over everybody's head. It's so high percentage. You run your defender down the field 10 yards and come back to the ball, stop at the yardage needed to gain.
They had all this space here, and they threw the short side again. And it's just not, the timing just isn't there, John.
No,
you know?
No. Yeah, somebody mentioned he did have good time to throw the ball there. But, again, he looked like he was looking to the right, and he had 2 of his best receivers on the wide side. On the left. And it's South's ball. And if it sounds like we're rooting for Bishop Guertin, we're really rooting for a closer game.
Yes, exactly.
You know, the underdog. If the score was reversed, we'd be wondering how we could coach up South into going down the field. But they don't need any help. They've been racking up the yards on offense. Dante Young and his team. Young back out there. Brendan Frost gets the handoff. Frost looking for a block. Behind one of his blockers.
What a hit.
Gang tackled. Ball came out late.
Yeah, it did.
Let's see if they'll say it's down.
There's a lot of running for not much.
Right. Schofield is mad.
Got it. Yeah, because Schofield's hurt. That's why he's mad.
Oh, no.
He's hurt, and he's afraid it's his knee.
Oh.
Look at him pounding his knee, and look at the emotion. Oh my goodness!
That's a young man who loves to play football
and plays it very well.
And
either he's trying to knock some circulation into a cramp, or he's got a knee. They're rubbing. So maybe it's a cramp. You hope it's a cramp.
Yeah, by the expressions.
But the look on his face.
I mean, I understand getting frustrated that you might miss a play.
It's cramp. Look at the way they're working it. It's a cramp.
but
boy, he looked
like he was going to miss games.
He looked like he was done for his career.
Exactly.
You know, I know, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I don't want to jinx anybody, but
no, I know
it. That's an overreaction to a cramp, young Jacob. Listen to me. Don't overreact to a cramp.
Unless it's an ankle.
Oh.
She was massaging the area right away and lifted his leg up to try to work it.
You know, another thing too, which would be, I don't know, he's getting right up. I was going to say a pulled calf muscle is no fun.
He's walking.
He's walking
Yep.
on his own.
.5'10", 255
Yeah.
junior.
See,
And one of the better defensive players, I think, on this team.
he's number 52 because he thinks about football 52 weeks a year.
How about that, John Collins, huh?
But he has to take this play off by rule.
Second down 8 for the Panthers.
And another shotgun snap coming from Dante Young.
Gonna throw it.
Throws it down the middle, and it is complete. Frost to the turf at about the 10. Nice execution. Dante Young, about 28 yards, I'd say, on the play.
Yeah, and it looked like Guertin had
No,
a defender
29
slip.
yards. They put it at the 10.
They had a defender slip, and that helped the play.
So from the 39 to the 10, Young
To Plord, right?
to Brendan Frost.
Oh, Frost, 11,
number
10 to 11. Yep.
Yeah. Nice catch. If he caught it standing up, of course, he's in. There's a handoff that's going to give it back to Frost. He backs his way to the 5.
On the counter for the Panthers.
Was that Pacheco? Yeah, it was. It was
Yep.
31, not 11. So Pacheco threatening to get his 4th touchdown as we go to the other end of the field.
And
The
mark
third
it
quarter's
at
over.
just inside the 5-yard line of the 4. He gets 7 on that play, and it's the end of 3 quarters. It's 27-8 in favor of the Panthers. And this game is officially 2 hours old.
Wonder how many touchdowns Jalen Pacheco got last week against Concord.
I think Frost got a lot of them.
Oh, he did?
I think, but Pacheco had a couple.
Well, he is possibly going to get his 4th tonight. We'll see what the play call is when we resume. 2nd down and 4 yards to go. I think they can get a first down inches away from the goal line if need be.
Should be at the 4. That's where the official was standing down
Yeah.
the other side. Yeah, he's marking it right down. Guertin's lining up at the goal line, eh? They
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
they got to move up a little bit.
Right. I believe the center that's doing all this long snapping is a freshman for South. Frost
Canada
bounces off
Frost
a
is
tackler.
in.
He's in for a touchdown. Brendan Frost gets on the score sheet with a 4-yard run for the touchdown. The first play of the 4th quarter, and South enhances their lead. They'll be up 33-8 with the extra point kick to come from Matthew Kiesling. Dante Young to hold. Young handing it off to Brendan Frost, the senior running back, with a fairly easy jaunt of 4 yards off right tackle. Snap is back, the hold, and it's blocked. No good. 33-8. Kiesling's kick was deflected at the line of scrimmage.
11:55 play here in the 4th quarter. Your score, Nashua South 33, Bishopburg 8.
Yeah, actually, let me take that back. Braden McDonald is a junior handling the snaps, the center of the line for South, doing an excellent job all night long in that offensive line. Braden McDonald, number 60. So, continued success for the Panthers at the expense of Bishop Guertin. These two teams were Turkey Bowl combatants for so many years before the split. It was just Nashua High School, of course, against Bishop Guertin, but same location as South. We will have 2 bites of the apple, South-North football. First, it'll be the Battle of the Bridge on September 28th, and then we'll do the Thanksgiving Day Eve game again here at Stellos. Joey Lupo can't shake loose of Jason Campo, who's going to stay down again. Looks like he's hurt his left ankle on the play. Campo's had a couple of cramps in this game. He is really cramped up, Tom. Look at that. His foot is sideways.
Ugh. Just another example, John, of the things to do this time of year are just lie by the pool.
Hydrate.
Lie by the pool.
Yeah,
that's it.
That too, huh?
I've never gotten hurt sitting by the pool.
When is the pool closing at the compound?
I think the closing ceremonies at the
What?
compound are going to take place in about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Wow, is that later than usual?
No, usually it's around the third weekend in September, you know.
Wow.
Somewhere around the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. The final swim may be a few days before then. But the closing ceremonies, it's not like the Olympics where you just play the game like right up until the time,
somehow.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, and
I feel
then
like
all
it's
of a
that
sudden,
important.
No, but the closing ceremonies will be again. It's a sad day. It always is a sad day. And I always wonder when that cover goes on the pool, what will take place in these 7 to 8 months until that cover comes off.
What kind of winter carnage is going to happen?
Yeah, what kind of significant events will take place?
Yeah.
I always wonder that.
They will. It's the way life goes.
Yes.
Hopefully they're good, more than sad or tragic. And again, we had that pretty heavy news from Manchester today, as Tom mentioned, some sort of a shooting between Gill Stadium and Central High School in that area forced the postponement of tonight's scheduled Keene Central High School football game at Gill Stadium. Developing story.
Moses to Hisco. Austin Hisco hasn't touched the ball a lot tonight.
Short gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. 6.5.
I'm going to call it 2nd and 7 because it's right on the 43-yard line.
Okay.
And they started right at the 40.
Kyle Baker and Joey Lupo will switch sides with the near side receiver. There you see number 7, Brendan Callahan in the formation on 2nd and long for the Cardinals. Immediately rolling to his left, looking to pass left, overthrows his intended receiver, Hisco. Incomplete pass from Hayden Moses.
Yeah, and I noticed that, and I had a couple photos of it last week. There's not a connection between Moses and Hisco. It's not there.
All eyes on the far sideline to get the play call from Coach John Triciani and his staff. Kyle Baker, Hisco, and Lupo are in a trio at the top of your screen. 3rd down and long. Bishop Guertin trying to come up with their first points as an offense today. They're only 8 points, the 6-point touchdown coming from a special teams kick return for
Going
touchdown.
for Lupo over that middle.
Yeah.
Incomplete, trying to thread it.
Not really a good chance at a completion there. And will they go for it on 4th and long from their 43? Looks like they may. Hisco is the punter. He's out there, and he's going to go back and punt.
Yeah, I think that's the smart thing to do. They're not moving the ball. But the problem is, John, Hisco's a punter, but there's not much distance on his kicks. At least there haven't been. They need to do some recruiting from the soccer team to see if they can grab a soccer kid here and there. Just, on a Friday after the game, have them rush over to Stellos.
Aren't the punters coming out of Australia now?
That's not a bad kick. All right, that's not bad. He went line drive instead of trying to pop it up.
Wow,
So that's his best kick of the night.
That's a very artful bounce that he got
Yes.
after the low end-over-end kick. It just kept rolling and rolling. And it's inside the 20.
About the 18.
Best defensive field position of the night for BG on a drive that's being started by South. As the Panthers huddle up. And we see Christopher Keith trotting out onto the field, number 12, sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, I think most of the first stringers, their nights are over.
The running back would be 28, Joe Buturla. The sole running back standing next to Christopher Keith. Keith is going to immediately run it to his right, and he is tripped up just beyond the line of scrimmage. Kyle Baker in on the stop, along with Matt Frechette. Second down and 8 after the gain of 2 by Chris Keefe. Next week, South will be playing at Keene. 7 p.m.
Keene is always involved in strange postponements. Last year, their game with Guertin postponed because half their team had a staph infection. Keene did.
Wow.
They had to play here on a Monday night.
Something about Halloween Town over there. They have the Keene.
Yeah, exactly, isn't it? I know it.
Fake handoff. Keefe keeps it, picks his way through the defense, still on his feet, gets dragged down just short of the first down, close to the 30. Kind of a weaving run that time. Bobbing and weaving was Chris Keefe, not the biggest guy. When you run through the middle, you got to keep your head on a swivel. 5'9", 140 pounds, quarterback. Third down and a long one, as our PA announcer Jason Roby aptly describes it.
Okay, which do you like Jason Roby more as? A coach, an announcer with sportscaster, or a PA announcer? Which one do you like him best at?
Really tough.
It is a tough one.
Yeah.
I, for one, was getting kind of sick of him as a coach.
Just say what's on your mind.
After about 2 quarters, I usually get tired of him as a broadcaster.
Oh, wow.
And then as a PA announcer, I think it's perfect because as a PA announcer, it's perfect because I'm sitting 4 or 5 people down from him. See? Just mapping it out there for everybody. That's all, you know?
Jason Roby is good.
But he writes a good children's book, I'll tell you that.
Oh.
I read it cover to cover before I gave it as a gift. It was on my summer reading list, and I got it free and autographed.
You're awful.
I know.
Run up the middle, and first down yardage. Buturla with the carry.
First down to the Panthers.
Clock rolling. South on top. Probably going to keep this ball on the ground here. The second tier offense in the game. Christopher Keefe has the play call from the sideline, informs his center and line about the snap count, and good job getting in the backfield by Sam Sirois, sophomore linebacker, number 40. Blew up the play early, and then it was finished off by Mike Terrazzano, the junior defensive lineman. Back to the shotgun goes Keefe on 2nd and 9, rolling to his left, immediately going to run it. Tries to slip a tackle, but hanging on to drag down the quarterback on the keeper was number 32, Joey Lupo, with the tackle. Keith gained about 4 on the second down carry, bring up 3rd down and 6. Tom about to cover the first Patriot regular season game on Sunday, July 9 at Foxborough. I'll be doing some apple picking this weekend. Deflected pass with the family, the granddaughter.
What time?
Saturday?
Yeah. Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. No, you thought I was going to miss the
Sunday.
game?
Oh,
no! I would have loved it. I said Saturday only.
I would love it. I would just love it.
Boy,
that would just
kill me. Oh,
that would make my day.
How much of a family man do you think I am?
I see every guy I talk to goes apple picking, does it with a frown.
On Sunday, yeah. I know. What's that commercial? Don't mess with my Sundays.
That is just good. That is just so good.
I like that commercial where the guy is supposed to go out with his family on Sunday on the boat, and he just cuts the boat loose and sends it off.
Sends it off. Yep.
He's like, I'm going to sacrifice my boat.
Yeah, he sacrifices his boat.
Sacrifice my Sunday.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah.
I see why you were laughing. You thought I was going to miss
this is
out.
great. Oh, it just...
right there when Red Zone signs on.
Too much. Just too much.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Sports Illustrated picking the Falcons to win the Super Bowl. Their pick didn't look so good last night.
No, and you know what? They've got an offensive problem. I mean, and Steve Sarkisian is just not a very good offensive coordinator. I'm sorry. Yeah. He's taken that offense and destroyed it.
I agree. It used to be potent. Bishop Guertin with another offensive unit out there, and a great tackle in the backfield by 2 Panthers, who are right on top of the ball carrier from the get-go. Numbers 54 and 68.
Well, Ethan
Charlie
Holt.
Collins.
They've got to start. They've got starters out there. Ethan Holt carried the ball. Isco's out there. Lupo's out there. They haven't taken their first stringers out. They're still playing them. Yep. Some first stringers on defense for South, too.
You know
still
what?
There.
You're right.
Oh, yeah. Clock ticking, 6:26 to go in the game.
Yep, it's the first unit for BG. Definitely. Hayden Moses taking this snap on 2nd and 10. Looking to his left, pulls it down. He's going to run it, and a solid tackle made right near the line of scrimmage. Number 70 for South, Nathaniel Tejeda, wraps up Moses on contact. Loss of a yard on the play. Goes as a sack for Tejeda. 3rd and 11. BG will have to throw the football, it appears. Looking to throw left, and it is Stickum hit right there on the intended receiver, which was Callahan. Justin Arneson was in his face, and Arneson made a nice tackle and driving the ball out of the hands of Callahan. 5:41 to go in the game, and BG forced to punt on 4th and 11. Hisco gloves the low snap, and kind of a spinning top of a punt that actually bounced back toward the Guertin end zone and fielded by Thomas Willett. So it'll be 1st and 10 for South. 49-yard line of BG. South with great field position again.
South's offense, the first string offense, has totaled 318 yards in this game.
Pretty impressive. South will be taking on
They'll be at Key next week.
And BG at Concord. Their road does not get any
No,
easier.
and here at Stellos will be North and Memorial.
Uh-huh.
And our next game, John Collins, won't be until the 28th of this month when we see North and South play each other. As far as I know.
I'll miss you.
I can't say the same.
Yeah, I was.
So I won't say anything at all.
I know. I should be more honest, like you. I'll miss doing the games with you because I like doing this. But it's just the way the schedule crumbles this year. We're going to do it on the 28th of September.
Yeah, we'll see each other.
Bridge.
Don't worry, John. We'll make up for lost time because we'll see each other a lot in
How
a
about soccer
in a 3-day period.
what are the
Well,
fall
I'll go over
sports?
that in a second.
Yeah, handoff up the middle. Pretty good gainer there. For
The way it's going to work, I believe, we'll start with unified
Another
soccer.
cramp, I think.
Yep. We'll start with unified soccer on the 26th, Thursday.
It happens so much.
It does this time of year, I know it.
I heard.
So while they tend to him,
Yeah.
start with unified soccer, I believe, on that Thursday, 3 o'clock game, I think, and then we'll have volleyball that night.
Uh-huh.
Then we'll have the football game, varsity football, that next night, okay? And then on that Saturday, starting at noon, we will have 3 games here at Stellos. It'll be the 2 soccers to start, noon and then 2, noon and 2:30ish, and then field hockey at around 4:30 to end it.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing.
Okay.
So that's what we've got. It's a little different this year. Remember, we used to have 3. We had unified soccer, we had field hockey, we had all 4 rectangular sports in one day. Now they've taken one of them out
I see.
because it's easier for them to have the unified players play right after school than it is to get them all together on a day off.
Makes sense.
So
Yeah.
that's why they're doing it that way.
Right. 1st and 10 for South. They
See
have-
now, aren't I a wealth of
You
information?
just a font. Yes.
Exactly.
And a big gainer.
Yeah,
Keefe.
Keefe's a good player.
Christopher Keefe with 4 minutes and 1 second left. Moves the chains again. And they'll spot it at the 32. Nope, other side, 28.
So you're seeing the evolution of the South offense with what they have this year. A lot of new names. And good eyes by John Collins spotting. We weren't sure the starting quarterback was going to be spotting Dante Young working out with the first teamers. He's the guy. And there's a good defensive play by the Cardinals.
Yeah, swallowing up the ball carrier was number 50, Evan Soares, a freshman, 6 feet, 175 pounds. Pretty good looking football player who's still got 3 years of eligibility after this one. So nice play, getting in the backfield and throwing the ball carrier for a loss.
Oh, and that's what's happened when you have a new quarterback. You're not used to the cadence that he's got, and you get a little anxious.
Yep.
3:08 to play in this game, 33-8.
Matt Peeker, number 70, also good sized sophomore, 6'3", 193. He's out there.
They've got young players. Guertin's going to be heard from in the next couple of years. I think this is the transition year for them.
Yeah.
There's only 4 seniors, John. You don't have that much experience. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with down the road.
Right.
As long as they can keep their players and keep the numbers. I like the numbers I see on the sideline right now.
Yeah. A lot of uniforms over there. Middle linebacker right now is Chris Barillas, the senior. There's a
Keefe
run out to
again.
the sideline, and Keefe takes it inside the 15. Another Nashua South first down.
Number 34, Devin Amaral on the tackle
A methodical late drive here for the Panthers, minus any passing, which is considered to be uncool when you're way up on the scoreboard. Keefe has the play call, tells his lineman. Receivers near side, David Barnett and Connor Rouswell. Up the middle goes the handoff. Zachary Huru. Huro is the pronunciation.
They could probably tick this clock right off.
Yeah.
Although tough to tell substitutes
2:06.
that they don't want to score, so they'll just let it play itself out.
It's always possible they could take it in on the next carry, and then there'll be still close to 2 minutes left. We'll see what happens. Keefe getting the play call. I would imagine it's some sort of a run. If the quarterback doesn't keep it himself, maybe he'll.
How about a knee? Yeah,
I
think you could do that, but it's tough to tell these kids to do it.
Yeah, Huru.
Keefe
Hero
has got a nose for the goal line. He's probably going to score a touchdown.
Keefe kept it.
Yeah, he kept it.
Yeah, and he went up the middle.
Yeah, he's got about 45 yards already in this, in this quarter.
It's goal to go now.
Right.
They just got the first down again. Although the chain gang hasn't moved. Maybe it's right at the stake.
I'm impressed what I saw from Young. Throwing and running. He could run the ball as well.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. He solidified his position tonight.
Yeah, he sure did, I thought. And this kid right here, Keefe, a sophomore, is going to...
He's an able backup.
There's no doubt about it. 50 seconds left.
And greeted in the
Stacked,
backfield.
and now it's time. Now it's time to just put the knee down.
Yeah.
All right, John Collins.
See you, Tom. Good luck in your post-game writing, and we'll watch the final 30 seconds tick down here. South gets the first win of the season. Both teams entered Game 2 winless after tough contests against Keene and Concord, but it'll be South in the win column here with 15 seconds to go as the clock winds down. John Collins for Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, our executive producer Pete Johnson, thanking you for watching. We thank Bill Thorpe, our spotter up in the press box, and public address announcer Jason Roby for contributing to this broadcast as well. Final score for the final time, Nashua High South 33, Bishop Guertin 8. We go on to week 3 here in the New Hampshire High School Division I football season. John Collins saying, thank you for watching and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.